My name is Wilbert Ronald, and we're sitting at the back of our nursery here in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. The name of the company is the name of the founder, Jeffries Nurseries. He just started it when he got very sick and passed away, and I was working at the Morden Research Station, so I came up here, quit my job there, and my wife and I, with three very young children, came up, and we've been here for, hate to say, but close to 40 years. Well, we would have about 250,000 shrubs, and we'd have close to 50,000 trees. But if we add some of the smaller material, like our roses, that's another 10,000 little 4.5-inch pots. So there are big numbers of certain popular material, but that's really what it is. And then in our field, we would grow in around 300 acres of nursery stock in the field. We would have close to 40 employees now. Started out with half an employee. Right now, we're intending toward the last week of May, so it's flowering crabapple time. And flowering crabapples are, bar none, they are the most showy spring-flowered trees, small trees that we can grow in the Canadian prairies. The flowering crabs are just a really major part of the selling of the nursery industry. This is one of our latest varieties. It's called Green Wall Spire. The spire is a series of crabapples that are upright growing in the crown form. Green Wall has large white flowers, and it has small red fruit that are retained on the tree to a percentage, but the form is very distinctive. This is Midnight Spire. Its name tells you it's very dark foliaged, dark flowered, and it was developed as a partner for the Green Wall Spire, and it's just becoming available in the garden center trade now in the last year. Well, do you think it was worth it to spray?
Well, we didn't have much choice on certain
Andrew
crops.
is our middle child, and he looks after our fields. That means the cultivation, the planting, the field digging, and he troubleshoots for any pests, troubleshoots for irrigation, and keeps the irrigation going. Andrew's role is in the field.
Grew up on the nursery. We moved here when I was 7, I guess, and spent a lot of the younger years out of school. The summer holidays, I used to do this as a kid. Wilbert's done a lot of plant development work over his career. In some cases, he'll do controlled crosses where he'll bring two parents together that he feels offers some desirable attributes. And then from those progeny, from those seedlings, he's looking at, kind of which ones are the best kids, right? Which ones have features that are attractive, and then those trees are watched over time, and the ones that are best will start to increase it, and ultimately the marketplace will tell us that it was good, right? If they keep coming back for more. These are 1-year-old seedlings that we planted last week in April and the first week in May. And we've tended to these rootstocks, watered them, pruned them up. We've grown them all season. And now, as they're at a good size, a good thickness, a good caliper, and now as we have mature budwood, we are starting to surgery in buds. You got to have budwood that's physically mature. You got to have rootstock that's in good condition, well rooted, well grounded, at the right moisture level to heal up and sustain that bud when we graft it in. And then, you know, afterwards, there's 2 years of care to grow a tree.
This is a row of lilies that I developed over 45 years ago. Color-wise, there's nothing quite like some of these colors. There's yellow in the center of the flower, and there's green, purplish, dark red. One of the parents of this was Lilium henryi. It's just coming into bloom. Northern Beauty has henryi in its background. So very interesting. Lilies, there's more than 80 species in the world. This is a row of Northern Caroline, one of my most famous lilies, I suppose. It's been used as a parent. It's fertile. The parent of Northern Caroline I'm holding in my hand. It's Starburst Sensation. It was the first one I introduced. We'll cut a stem of Northern Caroline. I'll kind of show you the difference. Northern Caroline is more of a trumpet, less reflexed. Starburst Sensation didn't have the dark red center, but it was a bit fertile, and that's what led to its use in worldwide breeding. And the next generation Northern Caroline is improved flower color and improved vigor, and it still retains all the hardiness that Starburst had. We're always looking for improved hardiness. We're always looking for improvements in suitability for Zone 3, which is what we're faced with in Manitoba. You know, plants don't last forever. Plant breeders are needed to keep the varieties current and to keep them up to date with the threats from diseases and pests. And we work very hard to improve the quality and to grow a better product than we used to. I guess I'd say I'm 20% retired. I still get up every morning and am glad to go do what I can. I kind of look after infrastructure here at the nursery and the research and testing, and kind of keep my eyes on everything. Here I'm crossing one of my own selections of lilies, and I'm crossing it with a fairly fertile related species. And in that case, I expose the stigma for pollination, and I take pollen from here, and I will apply it again on this, and the pollen will have to grow down through the stigma and style and fertilize the ovary if it's fertile. That's what my hope is. And that enables us to develop a new hybrid. In my right hand is the original Never Alone rose. And we discovered here a mutation that has orange flowers and quite different color. So we propagated it as a separate item, and it looks good. And this is the next rose from Ag Canada's, the former Morden breeding program, and it's going to be called Yukon Sun. And it's for sale in 2023, I believe. It can be a long year from February in the greenhouse till December 1st when we finish grading. But I don't try to do all the active working jobs anymore. I try to draw back, and the company would run without me. The company's got good smarts in the managing, and I do it because I love it. It's not work when it's your own company, and it's not work when you're doing what you like.